Welcome
It's
back.
Nick's fucking fault. It's Nick's fucking fault.
I have been absolved of all responsibility.
No. No. There's a button on my keyboard that actually disables the mic. And I did not know that that existed, but
And
now I
guess
do.
Who
And guess who
pressed?
found it?
No.
That asshole right there.
Who pressed that button?
I believe it was you. It's on your side of the keyboard.
No,
It's on your
I
side of
had
the keyboard.
my phone up here by trying to knock the phone away.
But you needed to fuck off, and that's the thing.
No, where's shit? Where'd my phone go? Where the fuck did my phone go?
Do you want me to call you? Oh, there it is.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not as drunk as you think I am.
We're definitely not as drunk as you think we are.
I was holding my phone up like this.
And I was like
pushing it
this,
away.
right. And
that means you are the one who grazed the button.
Nope.
Case? No.
No, not
Case
even.
closed.
No, not case closed.
Point made.
No. Absolutely. Checkmate. Go through all of them.
Checkmate.
Absolutely not. That was Nick. How many drinks are you in?
2.
All right. I am officially 1. I still have my drink.
And I will say,
this is not a drunk cast. Although it's rapidly turning into it. It just
says who?
Oh my God, this is the drunk cast.
No, it's a drunk cast. Look, turns out Downtown Spirits, which is where we got these nice little tiny $5 cocktails.
And the $7 is better than the $5.
Yeah. The $8 old fashioned is better than the $6 old fashioned.
Okay, good to know.
For as expensive as it is, still less than half of what it would be in a restaurant. But yeah, that place, that spirit store. Hang on, that spirit store is like a block away from us. So we could absolutely do more drunk casts because these are really good.
Those are really good, and they're cheaper than going to a bar by a long shot. And they're shockingly good.
Because I'm like, oh God, I complained in the store, like, I don't want to pay $6 for this tiny fucking can. This is bullshit. But now that I'm here, and now that I've drunk it, and like I can feel the effects and I can taste it, I realize this is actually a really good cocktail mix, and it is half the price of what it would be at a restaurant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially like in Seattle or anywhere on the West Coast. Right. Like a cocktail like this quality is $18
at least. All right, so we were talking about Terrible Lizards. Very good game.
We finished up Terrible Lizards.
Oh, that's right. I was doing a new banner. What was the banner that we were doing?
Fallen Tier: The Ascension.
Okay. All right. Talk about Fallen Tier: The Ascension. Very interesting story on this game.
Yeah. So actually, I don't know much about the story of the game itself.
They specifically didn't talk about the story.
Yeah, it's inspired by JRPGs. You play as a character trying to save the world from an evil.
Think about JRPG meets a platformer.
Yeah, but it's not a JRPG. It's a Metroidvania.
It's a JRPG Metroidvania.
2D side-scroller action game. Again, feels really good to play. When I got my hands on it, like being able to move and dodge felt really, really good. You played it before I did. You died at a boss, and then I played it, and I thought, like, I'm gonna kick this boss's ass. This boss ain't nothing. Edie sucks.
The boss kind of kicked his ass a little bit.
It kicked my ass a little bit. It was harder than it seemed.
Yeah. Thank you. It was.
It genuinely was. Because I think the game is doing something kind of interesting with its combat, where every enemy you kill drops health that basically refills your entire health bar.
No, I wonder.
Every enemy you encounter,
hold that,
like could fuck you up and kill you.
Oh yes. Oh yes. In fact, let me see if I can actually pull up.
AC Ray says he already wished it on
Steam.
Steam. He also said they're the cat's meow, but not the cat's meow.
Who?
I don't get it.
Who, us? Or the cat's meow? Aren't we? No. I'm gonna see if I can find a on YouTube
it's a game
a preview on that.
Looking at, because it's really beautiful to look at. The animation is really crisp and sharp. The kind of game that when you play it, there's a lot of animation to the moves, but the animation is really quick. A lot of effects around the animation that emphasize what you're doing, that makes it really clear what you're doing at any given time. Oh, the cocktail, he says. No, we do not have a cocktail, the cat's meow. This is now a whiskey sour.
Oh, okay. So Nick's sticking to whiskey, where I'm just, a urinal right now. Every alcohol going through me. All right, so yeah. Let me show you Volunteer the Ascension. And please ignore how. There we go. All right. So
one reason developer has spent their past doing the art for other games.
No, level design.
Yeah, level design
and
and
design
art
for other games.
But they never actually made their own game.
They're essentially mercenaries.
Yeah, they've been a support studio.
Yeah.
And so this is the first game where they decided, you know what?
We're going to make our own game.
We're going to do it ourselves.
They've been working at it for 6 years because they realized, like, we know how to do level design, we know how to do art, we know how to do, but we actually don't know how to make a game. So they actually had to learn Unity and learn to code over like 6 years to be able to put this game together.
It's like, we know the design philosophy.
We know how to make a good game, but we don't know how to make a good game.
It's the difference between the like idea level and the actual execution level.
Right, exactly.
But it feels really good to play, to the credit.
That says Q1 2026. It's actually, they said it's going to be February, didn't they? No, March.
I think it said March. There is a demo available on Steam at the moment, so you can actually play it now and see for yourself if what we're saying is full of shit. But
it's entirely possible.
But I don't think it is, because I think you'll play it and realize that it does feel really good to play. The mode that we played did not have any story associated with it. It was just a boss rush mode. And so that put us into various like Metroidvania levels where we did a slight amount of exploration and then put us into a boss fight. And within that exploration, we got new skills. And what's interesting about the game is the way, excuse me, I may have been drinking. The way skills work is the skills are associated with a character. And so every new character you meet becomes a new skill in your repertoire. And within the demo, you only found like 3 new people. And so you found like a cook who could throw something. You found a scribe who could lock enemies in place, which was actually very useful for an enemy that could dig underground and get away from you.
Oh, like the mushroom.
That mushroom fucker. The scribe was very useful against that boss.
That's Nick's porn name, is the mushroom fucker. What? So there are 20.
Yeah, there's 20 different characters across the whole game.
When I asked him that, when we post the interview, you'll hear us. We both go, "What?"
Yeah.
But I asked him, how many different party members can you get? 20.
Yeah, because each character is associated with a specific skill. And so to have 20 different characters means you have 20 different skills. And that means when you go into a level, you can only choose 3 to take with you. So that leaves a lot of room for you to mix and match,
tweak,
and basically
just
configure your loadout of character for any particular situation, which I think is really interesting and kind of feeds into I forget his name. But what he was saying, what they were really inspired by JRPGs. That he says it's like a 30-hour game, which
His
is really
name
long.
was I'll look it up.
Yeah, you have it on your phone. It's a long game, but that's because it's inspired by classic JRPGs, and so it needs to have this epic feel to it. And so having all those characters with the ability to switch them out and kind of change your loadout, I think that
Steven.
that in a Metroidvania evokes the party configuration of an RPG, which I think is like a nice way to kind of mix and match genres.
And something that I didn't realize until just now is that they know there's like what they figure that there's going to be 175 bosses. I mean, this is a really
did they say 175 bosses? I
yeah,
think they said
because they said so many
I don't
worlds.
know if they said that many.
No, it was a lot. It was a lot. You will have to listen to the
maybe not 200,
but it was a lot of bosses that are in this
Yeah.
because you have different realms, and then within each realm you have different levels. And when you do the multiplication, it comes out to like over 100 different bosses. That being said, when you can trick out your character in very different ways, it actually increases the replay ability
Yes.
of that level that you're going to, like, okay, I took it in with these three characters. What if I took it in with
Yeah,
these
it becomes
three
a kind of a
characters?
min-max
Right.
preference a bit like
Right.
what characters do I
Right.
like, what characters feel useful,
Mhm.
what characters may be more beneficial in a
Right.
given situation. Like if a boss like the mushroom fucker goes underground a lot, I want to take the scribe
Yeah.
who can lock them in place and keep them from going underground. And so that gives me the ability to attack them a bunch.
Right. Yeah, no, it's an overall, it's a beautiful game, and that's the thing. I'm not used to Metroidvania games looking as pretty as this does. It's really pretty. It has all that gorgeous, and also just the music. The music, the visuals really, really evoke the JRPG. The gameplay is what evokes the Metroidvania of it.
Yes, yeah.
It's just, I think that this is one of those games that you will get. And, he said that if you want to just barrel through the story, and there is quite a significant story, he said,
Yeah,
if you want to barrel through the
we
story,
made
he
a
said,
point.
like, what is it, 20 to 30 hours?
Yeah,
but
he said 30
if you wanted
hours.
to just like, for the completionists, it's like 100 hours. And that's a really ambitious thing to be doing, as that's your first game that your studio is making.
Yeah.
But if it's anything like what we played, that's not bad
I would
for a
play through.
first
I
game.
would
I mean,
play
it's
through
not
that.
their first game. They've done the level things. Like I said, they have been a mercenary company that, a contractor to other companies to do the level designs and the artwork, but they didn't know how to make games. So they knew how to make games, but they didn't know how to make games. They had to actually learn how to do the nuts and bolts of making it. And if you consider that background, and this is their first game, they really swung for the fences. They didn't go for something little. They're like, if we're going to go big, if we're going to go big.
Yeah.
And from what we saw, and he said that the one that we played was a year old.
Yeah. The build that we
build
played was a year old.
So it's the build, obviously, is that it's the current build, which we didn't play, is better than what we had. And what we did play is,
yeah, it felt good.
Not bad.
I would buy that game and
Absolutely.
play through it.
Absolutely.
Because it felt good to play.
AC Wraith, you'll love this game.
Yeah, I think the combat felt really responsive. There was a variety of move sets between the moves that your character had, which was like a lance throw that would kind of throw you across the screen, in addition to all of your character associated move sets. And it just felt good to play. It was very responsive. There was no like animation delay, which is typical from a Souls like, which are more slower. It was very fast paced. And yeah, it felt really fucking good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my time with it. I almost beat the demo. I didn't, and then I gave up because we had to do the interview. But when he told me that boss was the last boss in the demo, I thought, God damn it, I should have tried again.
So, Volunteer the Ascension. if you like Metroidvanias, this is going to be slightly different, but it's definitely, I already put that up there.
Okay.
AC Ray said, I'm big on Metroidvanias in general, as long as they don't get too difficult.
Which might be a challenge because it definitely
wasn't
tested you. It felt a fun amount of challenge, right? It wasn't a pushover.
Just the right amount.
Yeah, it was like, okay, I need to learn the enemy move sets. I need to learn how they move, and I need to learn how to react to it.
Yeah, like the pattern of like, okay, he's about to do this. I need to do this, and this.
He's gonna spike. He's gonna jump. He's gonna I don't know, what is it when they charge forward?
Charge.
He's gonna charge. He's gonna spike. He's gonna jump. What is he gonna do? He just jumped. He's gonna spike. Edie, he's gonna spike. He's gonna spike.
And I'm like, what? And I die. So yeah, these Metroidvanias and I do not get along. But this was fun. It's always Dick's fault. Yes, it is. It is.
Anyway, good.
Hey, welcome back.
We solved the audio.
We solved the audio issue. So yeah, Volunteer the Ascension. If you like Metroidvanias, this is not a bad one to wish list.
Yeah, and one thing they did say that I'll only point out because it piqued my curiosity was I asked about their art. That specifically, all of the characters don't have pupils.
Oh yeah.
And the guy we were interviewing, Steven, said, "Oh, that's narrative related. That's part of the story, and we'll explain that."
Yeah, we're not going to tell you what it is, but it's part of the story. I thought why the characters don't have pupils.
I thought, oh, now I'm actually really intrigued why none of the characters in this game will you collect a lot of characters that are associated with movesets. So any poster you see has a bunch of characters on it. None of them have pupils. I'm like, okay, why?
So it wasn't just an artistic choice. It wasn't just there's a backstory.
I assumed that it would be a we want to make them more ephemeral, more fae-like, right? More elf-like, more fantasy-like. But there's actually a reason to it. Okay, my curiosity is piqued in a way that like I want to see what's going on.
Back. I am crafty, and I will be back.
Okay. Well, shit. I don't know what to talk about now.
I'm no. So because, I noticed. I see that we're getting grainier and grainier on the video, and I know that is a case of low light. And so the only thing in front of us that will make light on that back wall is the television. So I'm about to turn on the TV to the static page so that we can get some illumination.
Now you got to turn it on to something that has a lot of light.
Yeah. And that's going to be the guide. There you go.
AC Ray says,
"See, look, I am so good. Fuck, I'm good."
I mean, it still looks a little grainy.
Yeah, but it's better than what it was.
AC Ray says, "Twilight Monk is another Metroidvania at PAX West that I have wish listed." I did not hear about Twilight Monk. I have not seen that on any.
It might be on the 5th floor. We have not even stepped foot on the 5th floor at this point. We were only on the 3rd floor, and only in the main expo hall today. We did take a walk around the other side of the main expo hall. And we took you on a tour of that earlier today. We did go through that, but we didn't. I mean, that was like in the last 20 minutes before they kicked us out. Gray blocks can be grainy and bring the whole room down. Similar. So, yeah, Volunteer the Ascension. If you like Metroidvanias, this is going to be slightly different than what you're used to. It's got a bunch of neat mechanics, and it's gorgeous. So keep that in mind. So what do you want to talk about next? Do you want to talk about meat swap? Swap meat? Meat swap.
Yeah, although AC Wraith said...
I'll go. You keep going. I got you, buddy.
Twilight Monk is published by Aquatic Moon, but Aquatic Moon is not coming up on any publisher search that I do on
I don't think they're here. I don't think they're here.
Yeah.
So they may not actually be here. We'll keep our eyes open.
Oh, look for them. What was it? Twilight Monk?
Twilight
Monk. Okay.
Yeah. We'll keep our eyes open for it. But so far I haven't seen anything. What do you want to talk about now?
Well, I guess on the flight over, I played a game.
No. Games
No?
we saw.
That was all the games we saw.
We didn't talk about swap meet.
We talked about Swap Meet before.
Right, but no, we talked about swap meet on the audio podcast,
Okay.
not on the
Okay,
stream.
then we'll talk about Swap Meet. Swap Meet is a fun it's a co-op roguelike shooter in the vein of Risk of Rain with the structure of Helldivers, in that you go to a planet, complete some objectives, and then have to extract.
Come on.
But the gimmick is that every enemy you kill will drop a torso, legs, head, or arms. And you can equip those body parts to you, and that changes your abilities. You get different abilities depending on what torso you have. You get different abilities depending on what legs you have. And so that lends the whole thing like kind of a fun, at least playing it for the first time, it lends it a very fun, like, I don't know what the fuck these legs are, but I'm gonna pick them on and I'm gonna see what they do. And like by happenstance, I came across a rotisserie chicken head that ended up being
it wasn't.
like,
it was a raw whole chicken. It wasn't rotisserie.
a raw
it was
whole
uncooked.
chicken head, yeah, uncooked, but it acted like a grenade. But it wasn't. It was a grenade with a unusually large radius. It was a big explosion. And so whenever I saw that chicken head, I was like, I need that chicken head because there's a lot of enemies around you. But yeah, the general pace of the gameplay is very Helldivers like, within a Risk of Rain type. You should go channel 25.
Event Horizon?
Event Horizon.
We're not going to watch Event Horizon when we're podcasting.
Where the fuck is the remote? You gotta go to Event Horizon. The last 30 minutes of Event Horizon, like the best fucked up shit.
No, we're not watching Event Horizon.
God
All we're doing is a podcast.
Okay, what about These Woods Are Haunted?
No! God damn it. I'm turning this off. This is a distraction. Anyway.
I know what you did. Oh, the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Girl with the dragon tattoo is playing on VH1. Chris! Girl with the dragon.
We were just talking about that last night.
I actually saw it last week. It's a long story that I'm not going to regale you with on the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Anyways.
But mistakes were made.
Swap Meet. Yeah, fun game. One of the things, god damn it, level 25. Look at it, Event Horizon.
No, there we go. Just that's it. We're done.
The Autopsy of Jane Doe was on channel 26.
Oh my god, you're just you're the worst.
Just put on Event Horizon.
I'm not gonna put on Event Horizon.
I want to see Lawrence Fishburne fuck up Sam Neill. No, wait. Reverse that. I want to see Sam Neill fuck up Lawrence Fishburne.
No. We gotta get this. This is not the drunk cast. This is not the drunk cast.
Yeah, you bullshit.
I'm not drunk enough to do the drunk cast. You are, but I'm not.
Okay, AC Wraith has a link to Swap Meet.
Right.
Thank you. Uncooked, so people with food support can still buy it, as opposed to rich people luxury hot food. Oh,
what?
Are you talking about like the cocktails?
Uncooked, no. Steam says PAX West to Expo Hall. The game is already out. I have no clue what they mean.
Oh, should I add Event Horizon to the such sites? And yes, Edie needs to watch Event Horizon. No, it would be good because it is a movie by. It is the best movie by. Let's be honest, kind of a bad director. Paul Anderson.
Oh,
not to be confused with
Paul
W.S. Anderson, who is an excellent Oscar-winning director. Paul Anderson directed.
Paul Wes Anderson must be so pissed.
Paul Anderson directed a majority of the Resident Evil movies.
Oh, those were awful.
And he's married to Mila Jovovich.
Mila,
who is the star?
Jovovich,
right? Who is the star of all the Resident Evil movies?
Right.
And hey, those Resident Evil movies are like
the multi-pass.
They are the perfect camp. Yeah. They are the perfect movies to watch. in my current inebriated state. um, but he did Event Horizon, and it may be his best, most like horror movie. Um, that said, like it's a lot of jump scares. It's a lot of like there's one scene
Absolutely not.
there's one scene that will stay with you of like,
Oh, no,
this
no.
is fucked up.
Nope.
But the rest of it is kind of cheap jump scares.
Nope.
But Event Horizon is a classic because the imagery of the spaceship horror in space is like really, really unique and interesting.
Uwe Boll marathon incoming. No.
Click.
No. It's dumb. It's dumb.
Look, Event Horizon.
Right, you're now my favorite son.
Event Horizon is dumb, but it has like a really impressive visuals to it. Like the engine that controls the ship is like really, really interesting. Look, a lot of movies are a visual medium. Look, I'm gonna get philosophical on you now, so shut the fuck up.
All right, gonna lay down some
movies are a visual medium.
Okay,
and so you can have movies that don't work on a plot or a story or a character perspective,
right?
But do work on a visual level. And those movies are usually the ones that become cult classics because the lack of character development, the lack of plot development, the lack of story are what prevent them from being great. But the unique visuals are what like embed them into people's minds in a way that like prevents them from leaving. And Event Horizon is one of those movies. There are certain scenes or certain visuals that will stick with you and you'll be like, God damn, Event Horizon is fucking awesome. That doesn't mean it's a well-written or well-directed movie. It just means that there are certain scenes that are really fucking cool.
The Willy Wonka, the snake going over the original Willy Wonka, the Gene Wilder Willy Wonka with the snake going over somebody's face.
A snake?
Oh, wow. Have I just dated myself? Because I actually saw that in the theaters.
I know Gene Wilder, but I don't remember any snake going over the lips.
Okay, when he's going down the Chocolate River and he goes into the tunnel, there's all these like visual images behind it, and one of them was this somebody lying back with his eyes wide and a snake going over his mouth. Scared the shit out of everybody. That has endured for an entire generation. All I have to say is Willy Wonka, Chocolate Factory, snake going over the mouth. Everybody knows what it is. So you're talking about that.
Yes. There are certain visuals, even in a movie like Willy Wonka, which like is otherwise
and it was literally
child friendly.
1 second.
That one brief moment will imprint on people.
Terrified.
Event Horizon has several moments like that. Not enough to make it like a great movie, but enough to make it a cult classic.
All right. So
yeah, in response to AC Wraith, yes. Put Event Horizon.
You're trying to be touching that. This is my work computer. No. So
I'm gonna give you a virus.
It's dumb.
Yeah. Oh wait. Not the movie I was talking about.
I was talking about rotisserie chicken not being available for people on Foodsburg. Is it really not? That's fucked up.
Also, I do appreciate you linking to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory on YouTube, which I'm surprised the
Tunnel of Terror scene. That's it. That's the one. I saw that. I saw that in the theaters, and that fucked me up. That was the first bit of like, if I'm going to say childhood trauma, that was my first childhood trauma. Was that fucking snake on that fucking guy's face?
No nice hot foods.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's.
Although,
if I was president,
Coy Wallace does say Uwe Boll marathon incoming. And you know what?
We've already done all the best Uwe Bolls.
We did one.
Which was the best.
I fucking hate Uwe Boll.
Where I unintentionally roofied myself.
I fucking hate Uwe Boll. He's a shitty director. Like, he's not good. But we could do a marathon of him. We could start with Postal, which is his only good movie.
Was that the one we watched?
Yes, it was.
The first, listen.
With Vern Taylor?
Yes, Vern Taylor. No, yeah. Vern Troyer. Vern Troyer.
That was like an actual. It actually had a couple really funny moments in it.
The first 10 minutes of that movie is fucking hilarious with the two guys, the two terrorists.
The 9/11 joke.
The 9/11 joke was fucking hilarious. Not gonna. It's not, didn't age well, but it's very funny.
No, I think it did age well.
Yeah.
Because look, let's be honest. A lot of kids growing up now
don't know.
9/11 only exists as a meme.
That's true. That's true. All right. So can we get back? Sorry, I hate.
No, at this point, when we're making jokes about 9/11, we cannot circle back around to back.
Do you see what I have to work with on the regular? Like seriously, this is what I have to work with. This is the stuff you don't see that I have to fix in post before you see it.
What? Hey, I am never this drunk on the actual podcast.
That's true. Nick is 3 very strong cocktails in. I am with 2, but titrated very
If I am
carefully.
to review the whiskey sour, it is good,
but not as good as, oh my God, you are drunk. I just looked in your eyes and you are like, your eyes are watery and red. So when you're a newspaper reporter, one of the things you do.
Watery because I've been laughing a lot at your idea that this is not a drunk cast and that we can possibly circle back around to a rational podcast topic.
I'm trying for you people. I really am. So when you're a newspaper reporter, one of the things that you have to do on the regular is you have to go to police blotters and you get to see everybody that's been arrested for the weekend. And you go through the police blotters and there's this standard language for cops pulling over drunks. Their eyes were watery and red. And that's when they literally have like this script that they write when you're being arrested for drunk driving. And
hey,
watery red eyes.
Then those cocktails were like 40% alcohol. They're not fucking lightweight.
They're very strong. These are very strong cocktails.
Fuck you, Corey. I do appreciate you always showing.
They are very strong. But
thank you.
The whole watery red eyes thing is just almost a meme in that everybody has watery red eyes when they're drunk. But in police speak, you do. And of course, as soon as they say that they saw that, they observed that, which gave them cause to give a breathalyzer where somebody blew over the limit and then they arrested them. The watery red eyes is like the snipe. It doesn't really exist.
For the record, though,
except right now because Nick has red eyes.
If I was like stuck in a traffic jam,
you're the first person I've ever seen that with, by the way.
If I was like stuck in a traffic jam and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I heard someone say, yeah, they're doing a breathalyzer. I would turn off. I would turn off at the first possible exit because I know I will fail that fucking test.
Yeah, you'd fail it right now. Yeah.
You know what? Give me a moment. Let me break into the cider. No, the mead.
Wait, you have mead? What? Oh, this is a mistake.
I bought Viking's blood.
The mistakes are being made currently. I do need to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
So while
Edie goes to the bathroom, you can watch me fight with plastic.
Yeah, it's sealed in plastic. This is preventing you from being in the state that he's in and drinking this.
You can watch me.
It's called idiot proofing.
Right? You can watch me hunt for the sharp object.
Oh God! It's going in the bathroom with me.
Give me the Viking's blood.
Okay, let me open it for you before you hurt someone or yourself.
Okay, thank you.
So, can we talk about?
I don't know what else there is. Granted,
swap meet. No, swap meet is really good.
We did talk about swap meet.
We talked about swap meet on the audio podcast, but not here. They don't know anything about it.
Okay.
So the one was it, who's part of it? One of the founders of the studios that is doing it, called One More Game. It's actually employee number one for Blizzard. So if you've read Jason Schreier's book, what was it? What's the name of the book about
I don't
Blizzard?
remember the book. I don't remember the name.
Fair Game, something game, so whatever. Anyway, yeah, he features in that book. He is employee number one of Blizzard. And this game, they're doing a very interesting thing to develop it, is that they're building a playable game and then they're watching people play it. They've created essentially these sandbox of these heads, torsos, legs, and arms. And each of them kind of synergize with each other. And they don't all synergize, but in some combinations they do. But even the developers don't really know how sometimes they kind of fuck up and break the game. And rather than fix it, they just make it so it doesn't break the mechanics of the game and allows you to be insanely overpowered.
Yes.
But your starting point, you are very, very vulnerable. So you are constantly looking for getting yourself in that position. Oh, Jesus. What have you done? Oh, no. Oh. Give
It was mostly just for show because I didn't actually drink that much.
Release.
But it was very
But I want to see what it looks. Yeah, you need to pour it. I want to see what it looks like. It's Vikings. This is Vikings blood. Is it mead?
Yes, it is mead.
How did you actually end up splashing my leg all the way over here?
Because when I drank it, it kind of slipped down my, it dribbles. Yeah. Whenever you pour a drink, it dribbles.
Not whenever.
Yes, whenever.
Just when you're in this.
No, whenever. That is why if you go to a fancy restaurant and you have someone pour wine for you,
they wrap it.
They wrap it in a towel because they don't want you to see the dribble. Because it always dribbles.
Speaking of dribble, get out of the way. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Edie needs to dribble. But yeah, bringing this back around to Swap Meet. They had specifically said that they don't mind making users overpowered. And there's certain combinations of torsos and legs. The specific example was a torso with insect wings and insect legs would allow people to, because each of those body parts gave the user an additional jump. And so in addition to your usual double jump, that kind of gave you a quadruple jump, which a quadruple jump with additional distance move, it allowed you to navigate through the environment really, really fast. And if you timed the cooldowns right, you could navigate really, really quickly from one point to another. And the response to that wasn't to necessarily slow down how fast you could travel, but rather how high you could travel, because users were hitting the limit of the skybox. And so they changed the engine to, if you do that, the engine will kind of act as some gravity, and it would pull you back down to Earth if you got too high. And so they wouldn't stop you from using that overpowered combination of body parts, but
they wanted you to be overpowered. That's
they
the thing,
wanted
is
you
they
to be
understand but that it's fun to be
but
overpowered.
They would kind of constrain it in a way that worked within the game engine,
right?
But that wouldn't affect the combat, so you could still be overpowered in combat, but that doesn't break the game, which is a nice balance. Because if Claire Obscura and the rapturous critical reception Claire Obscura taught us anything, is that people really like being able to break a game.
Just annihilate, to murder everything, to melt the entire
that game. You could really work to just break that game. And that was one of the things people really loved about it, is that you could configure your party in such a way as to just break any challenge.
Right.
And so, yeah.
And that's what this does, is that you can configure
your audience
your
where
output.
it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I think Swap Meet, it felt really good to play.
The fact that it's co-op
passed.
PvE,
Yeah,
which is fun, and also it is 1 to 4 players. One of the things I also liked about it is that they have specifically designed it from the very beginning to encourage, or at least to work within the confines of, you're possibly and likely have some people that are better at games and some people not so better at games, and somebody's going to have to carry somebody, and they actually work with that instead of making it harder.
They did say that if you go in with multiple people, the enemies will scale, so they will have more health, but they will have slightly less health with 2 people than with 1.
Yes.
So it will scale, but it won't scale to like a perfect 2 times.
Right.
So in theory, it's easier if you go in with 4 people than with 1. And that's their way of encouraging, co-op play. Which I think is really, really cool. That if you go in solo, like I had to, I'm kind of playing on, I guess what you could say was the default level. But if you go in with it should be a little easier, because even though the health of enemies and their damage will scale with 4 people, it won't scale to a perfect 4 times. It will scale like slightly lower because they want you to play with your friends.
Right.
They want it to be a co-op community of experience.
I am pulling it up so that you can see it right now.
Wait. Go back to the chat. AC Ray says, lots of roguelites are like that. You never play the Binding of Isaac. Start weak and end strong is a big part of the genre. Yes, but like not like this. I think this is it's about starting strong and ending strong.
Right.
Because it all depends on what body parts you get. And if I do have one criticism of the game, it's that they could have their body parts drop more often. Because the one issue I encountered playing solo in the demo is that I would spawn into a boss area, has a general robot, which is like, oh, I've got a slide and I've got a gun, but I don't have any special torso. I don't have any special head. But as I fought a bunch of enemies in this boss level, they weren't necessarily dropping like special items at a rate that would allow me to kind of progress as a solo player. It's like once I got to a solo player, has like I lost my legs, I lost my torso, I lost my arms. It's like, well, I'm kind of fucked.
Yeah, I did at one point.
I need something more, but it wouldn't drop because the way the game is structured is that when you kill an enemy, there's a random % chance that they could drop a torso, legs, or arms, or head. And I kind of got shit luck, and I wasn't getting those benefits as a solo player.
Right, and you ended up facing the end game.
To be fair,
underpowered. You didn't have some equipment.
And to be
in
fair,
your final fight.
I did encounter a bug where the entire boss like despawned, and I spawned outside
of the
boss arena,
outside of the box, out of the gaming box. He was like out in the middle, and the guy's like, "Oh, I haven't seen that before."
Even when the creative director spawned me back within the boss arena, the boss wasn't there because the boss itself had despawned. But like generally, as I was going through the loop of playing, I think like one of the joys of the game was encountering new items, right? New torso, new head, new legs, new arms. But in situations where I got into as a solo player of like, oh fuck, I'm kind of getting overwhelmed. I lost my legs, I lost my arms, I lost my torso. I'm just like,
I need something, Dad. I need something.
I'm literally a walking rotisserie chicken with a gun, and I'm trying to find something else.
Something, please drop anything. I don't care what it is.
And I didn't find those drops. So I think they could have like made those drops a little bit more frequent. But when they do, those drops are actually really useful. And the way the game is structured, different levels will have different like spawns. So like an insect planet will have insect legs and insect torsos,
Right.
insect legs,
Right.
insect arms, and other levels. Specifically, I think of them as the Mars attacks levels, and I didn't ask him about it, but like whenever the enemies were running toward me, I thought those look like the Martians from Mars Attacks.
That's exactly the kind of thing that they would do.
They have like the head with the brain in a jar.
In a jar. Yep.
And I was like,
Right.
these are the Mars Attacks Martians.
Yeah.
Those fuckers overwhelmed me real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so but the game itself, the way it plays, I think it passes the control stick test, which is when you start a game, take the control stick of a controller and just move it in a circle. And does the character itself move in a circle? If it does, that means it is a kind of arcadey, action-focused game,
Right.
because it is associating your movement with control stick one-to-one with the movement of the character.
Okay.
And it passed that test. Like one-to-one, I was moving the control stick, the character was moving, and that felt really, really good. Pragmata doesn't pass that test, but that's because it is purposely going for a much slower pace of gameplay.
Right.
So yeah, so I mean, fun to play. It feels good to play, but play with your friends.
Yeah, and also, again, if you think you might like it, even if you think you might not, but you may, go ahead and like it on Steam, because it does matter for these small publishers to be able to do this.
Yes.
It makes such a difference. So go onto Steam, look what's there, and even though there are other games, by the way, hey Maynard, good to see you.
Oh yeah, the true goal of roguelike in incremental games is often to break the game. Yes, that is true,
This leans
and it
into
absolutely
that.
leans into that.
Yeah.
Hope your Pat's voice is going well. It is.
Yeah. It's going better for him in the last 30 minutes.
No, I think this pack's actually been really fun because it has not been as crowded as
It is
past packs.
very, very low key by comparison.
It is
Very
the
much more
perfect
relaxed.
amount of people.
Yeah.
And I fear that next year will be worse
Because
it
this
will
year was
be
so good.
bigger.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we've recovered from the pandemic and we're only growing. But I really like where it is now, because there were several moments where we were just walking around, where we could stop at a game, watch someone play it, and if we really, really wanted to, we could get in line for that game and play it like within 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. AC Ray says, I'm always wary of equipment slot-based upgrades and roguelikes. I find the fun is in stacking upgrades. That's the thing, is these different upgrades synergize with each other, and more so, they synergize in ways that the developers don't even know what's going to happen. So essentially, you are finding the bugs, and they are allowing you to lean into these exploits that you find, just as long as they can dial it back so it doesn't break the game.
Yeah, I think the stacking comes from, the variety of equipments: arms, head, torso,
Synergy.
legs. And how do you stack those 4 different equipment, categories? And you can, they specifically mentioned how stacking the torso and legs could give you a really huge movement ability.
And also there was a head and a torso.
Yeah, a head and a
that
torso
would give you an offensive ability to be able to just create a laser that would melt everything.
There was a torso ability that would give you a laser that, like any big laser, you shoot it, it eviscerates any enemy in front of you. But there was a head that gave you that exact same ability.
So it doubled.
So if you doubled that torso and head, you could stack that laser that then just eviscerated anything in front of you.
So the stacking does come, but it comes from stacking within it. And many of the, I'm gonna call them exploits. Many of the exploits are not known by the developers and are being watched. And they when players find them, rather than go, oh no, that unbalances the game, we're going to take it out, we're going to nerf this, they don't nerf anything, they just dial it back so it doesn't break the game in like very mechanics ways.
Yeah, to the
and
credit,
lets you exploit
the torso and leg ability that let you move across the land a lot.
Right.
They only limited that by the skybox.
The
That you
skybox.
couldn't go too high as to break the game, but you could still use it to cross the environment really, really quickly.
Right. Maynard says, "We'll keep an eye out for my good YouTube friend John Riggs. You can't miss him. He's giant."
Okay.
Giant for me these days means a very different thing than you.
Yes.
Dating a 6'10" man, giant doesn't even register anymore. I don't even think of him being taller than me at all.
You did have a perfect dark jacket.
Here, where is it? Yeah, Chris gave this to me because it doesn't fit him.
Which is great. And like this item will become a like multi-$100 collectible in the coming years. Look, we were talking to John and Jordan earlier about how lanyards for PAX East.
Oh my god, all of my lanyards for PAX East that I threw away, a lot of them
became like $40 to $100 collectibles. This jacket will absolutely become a collectible. This is a perfect dark Xbox Perfect Dark jacket, Team Perfect Dark from Crystal Dynamics that she got from her boyfriend. This will absolutely become a collectible within the coming years.
Maybe one day.
You say maybe. I say fuck yes.
If it does, I will return it to him. But he gave it to me because he is 6'10" and it doesn't fit him.
You should look at what your previous E3 lanyards are going for on eBay based on what John Dornan have
I had all of my
my
passes too from E3 as well.
Look, like John told us, everything is collectible. It's just a matter of
waiting for the person who will buy it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we have an event to go. We want to go see it. What, 9:15?
Yeah.
It is 8:40, 8:35 right now.
We could probably get in line for that.
We haven't eaten dinner.
Oh yeah.
This is why he's in the state. We need to eat.
Food is probably
for a lot of different reasons right now. We need to eat. So we're gonna
bingo. What are you talking about bingo?
Oh my, bingo. No, I'm not gonna go there. So yeah, we need to go eat. So we're gonna go do that. In the meantime, we will be back tomorrow. Okay, no, now is when we go after you threw your. Okay,
I thought here it's in one of three places: my right, behind, or left.
Okay, so here's our schedule for tomorrow of the games that we have.
Those directions also do not associate,
and it'll give us an idea of when we might go live tomorrow, because that's when we're going to have a break. Let me get rid of that.
So we have 4 games that we are seeing tomorrow, all of which I'm actually legitimately excited for.
One of which I'm at least 2 of which I'm very legitimately excited for.
Lost Eidolons, Veil of the Witch at 11:30.
Okay.
Which is a sequel to a turn-based RPG that I really enjoyed. 12 o'clock, God Save Birmingham.
That's the one I'm looking for.
Which
Zombie
is
apocalypse
a hardcore zombie medieval England survival sim.
Believe it or
not, looks like
a
really, really cool game that at the very least I will suck at playing, but I will really enjoy watching other people playing.
Yeah.
At 1 o'clock, Sword Eye, which is a kind of it's a roguelike extraction game based on we saw like the movements of sword fighting. So like, hold horizontal if your enemy is doing vertical, hold horizontal if your enemy is doing vertical.
Okay.
We saw a brief moment of people playing it today,
Mhm.
and they were actually, to the credit, the tutorial was actually teaching people like how to block an attack on these specific vectors, horizontal or vertical.
Okay.
So I'm really excited for that
All right.
because it feels like what I hoped for Honor would be.
Okay. Yes.
And then at 2 o'clock, Fractured Blooms, we have an interview,
Ooh.
a demo and interview with them, which is a game that was first showcased in the Summer Games Fest, which was kind
Right.
of highly advertised, has a cozy farming horror game.
And I'm very, very much looking forward to that.
Which, granted, like, okay, cozy farming. I didn't really like Stardew Valley, but hey, horror game, I'm
I'm in.
And then we also have an interview with the creative director Z, with that at 2 o'clock.
Right.
So
So we're going to
yeah,
be having, by the way, all of our developer interviews are going to be audio only over on iTunes. So if you want to hear
yes,
our developer interviews in detail of the games that we just talked about, and plus more that we didn't talk about, you're going to want to go actually listen to the podcast over on iTunes or iHeartRadio radio or wherever you find our podcast. Because we can't stream them. They're not video. So it's just audio. In the meantime, what is a good time that we might actually do a wow, that is very tight.
we will end all of our scheduled stuff ends at 3 p.m. And so from 3 p.m. onwards, we're kind of just on our own. And so at that point, we might do a
Right.
recap episode. Maybe later in the day, we'll do a
We have
recap
a
episode.
1 hour break at 12:30, but I mean that at that point we're just going to be scarfing food.
No, at 12:30, we have a half-hour break.
It's a half-hour break. So
Look, honestly,
what was I thinking?
at 3 p.m., we'll probably go and see other games and see
Yeah.
what we can do. And so, look, expect like a recap at the end of the day, very similar to this one.
Okay, so we're probably not going to be doing a midday show.
No, because today we had the advantage of having the media hour,
Right.
where we got to
True,
see some
true.
games before the flood of people.
So can we give them a time?
I don't know, 6 p.m., 7 p.m.
6 p.m.
The show floor closes at 6 p.m. So that is the absolute minimum
That's pretty
time.
late for the East Coast. That's 9:30, 9 o'clock p.m.
Okay.
So let's say 4 p.m. We're going to
Okay.
have a show at 4 p.m. tomorrow, which will be 7 p.m. East Coast. And we will recap everything that we see tomorrow, those games, plus whatever we actually see. Tomorrow, I think the
Yeah.
goal is to go into the secondary main expo hall
Yeah.
and kind of cruise through there.
So
And if there's extra time, head up into the fifth floor.
Yeah. So for archival purposes, we are seeing Lost Eidolons, Veil of the Witch, which is a sequel to
We've already
Lost
talked about it.
Eidolons.
Yeah,
God Save Birmingham, the zombie medieval surviving game.
that I want to see.
Sword Eye, which is the extraction sword fighting simulator, and Fractured Blooms, which is the cozy
Farming,
cozy horror game.
cozy farming horror game.
Yeah.
All right. So those are the ones we're going to see. We're going to talk about for certain.
Those games we at least have interviews with the developers.
Right. And then anything else that we see on any of the floors we'll be talking about. All right.
Yeah.
Everyone, thank you so much. I'm sorry I am not that drunk. But as Nick says, this is not the drunk cast. This is a drunk cast.
How many times can I throw my phone over my shoulders?
Have a good night, everyone. Sleep.
That actually went really far.
Have a good night, everyone. Take care. Bye.
That one actually hit my shoulder.
Let's go get some sushi.